Netflix's Daredevil did something that no fan thought was possible. It resurrected the title character from the shitstorm that was his feature film, and finally showed him in the light that fans have always seen him in. Now in the series, we get some pretty incredible stuff. And although I think the main reason that Daredevil stands out from the pack is its character development, notably in secondary characters, but a very close second is its fight scenes and the fight choreography, particularly in the large fight scenes, where it's one versus the many. When I first saw the hallway scene from season 1, I was in awe. My first thought was, of course, Old Boy, but nonetheless, it was incredible and extremely well shot, and it had a very different feel to it. For once, we saw our main character out of breath and reacting to every hit, and not perfectly predicting every movement from the assailants. Not only does Daredevil kick a lot of ass in this scene, but it's in the details that makes this scene shine. Every attacker doesn't wait for his turn, he just tosses blows when he has the opportunity. And when they get hit, they actually get up sometimes and continue to fight and try again. It's not one of those things where it's like a knockout scenario every time you hit someone. That, along with the camera movement and the slow push-ins we get, really give this scene an uneasy feel. That's why when I went into season 2, I was thinking they couldn't possibly top it. And then the staircase scene happened. I mean, it pushes everything a little bit further. The length of the scene is greater, we move more physical distance with Daredevil, and it also has him whipping around a chain and having a gun taped to his hand, which gives a distinctly different fighting style than we normally see in the show. And after I saw this scene, I was like, there it was, the fight scene to top last season. And then this happened. And I have to say that this is my favorite by far from any fight scene inside Daredevil. And I'll tell you why. 1, the lead up is perfect, and the scene is so unexpected. There's pretty much one way we think this scene's gonna go. And majority of us assume it's gonna happen that way because Frank's that good. And when he succeeds, and he steps back after his 7 minutes, we see the panic on Frank's face, and the realization, and then his run into battle. This is the first time in the series that we've seen the character in a situation that isn't in his control. And my god, is it glorious. Number 2, the violence in this scene is unlike any other in the show. I mean, sure, we've seen blood and gore in Daredevil before, but up until this scene, it's been contained to a very singular moment. It's always one thing's a little bit gory, you just look away for a second and look back, and a cut here or there, but nothing like this. This is the first time we see what Punisher does. We've had little hints and tastes of it before, but majority of what we've seen has been the aftermath. So when we get to see him finally work, we see that he's resourceful and uses every instrument he can find for a killing machine. And I feel like it finally shows us his whole character. Majority was internal before, this is external. And the main thing about the violence in this scene is the rawness and realism that gets translated, and it shows us the pure drive in his character. Number 3, there's a lot of emotional weight to this scene. Not to take away from any of Daredevil's fight scenes. I mean, every time we watch Daredevil, you know he's pretty much walking to his fights willingly. And as terrifying as it is to go up against 20 plus people, and it's even more shocking to walk into that scenario with zero mental preparation. Number 4, it's straight from the comics. Now this scene is from Punisher Border Crossing 10 and 11, and I love how it shows that the showrunners here aren't afraid to connect direct scenes from the comics, and just let that inspiration take hold. Number 5, it's not a one take. Again, not to take away from Daredevil's fight scenes in the hallways, but I'm always very aware of where the camera is. It's the slide past Daredevil in the hallway, and the camera being on a lower set of stairs trying to get a shot during the stairway scene. It's the small imperfections and hidden cuts that take me out of the scene slightly. And while with the prison scene, I was never really aware of where the camera was. I was fully immersed. And the cuts actually help build the intensity of the scene. So that's why it's my favorite fight scene from Daredevil. Let me know in the comments below if this isn't your favorite. I know it's not the most common choice, but it's the one that resonated with me the most. Please check out my video review where I discussed that Spidey's actually been in the MCU for some time, well before Civil War. As always, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.